3 signs that you have a great manager. That's important. We spend way too much time going to work, meal prepping, washing our work clothes, commuting to work, and working. So, signs that you have a great manager. And if you don't have these signs in your manager, baby, it's time to look for a new one, period. So, hey, my name is Natalie Janine. I help employed corporate women land better paying jobs. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want more career content. I pointed up there, the subscribe button's down here, but you know where it's at. So make sure you subscribe, okay? I am so excited to talk about the signs of a great manager. And I have notes. So if you see this paper, because I can see it in that little corner, that's why. Because I really want to make sure that you have this information. I have met hundreds of women who have had a very toxic work environment. Our manager can make or break an environment. Can I get a amen? Put it in the comments. Amen. And I'll know exactly what you're in agreement about. If your manager is not great, the environment is just horrible. I have had horrible managers, and I've had some of the best managers in the world. This is going to talk about how do you know if your manager is good? And then I'm going to share a little bit on how do you get a good manager when you're interviewing. But that's going to be at the very end. So the first thing you want to know or check for is your manager checking on you? Are they asking you, how's the workload? How are you doing? And not just asking for performative, but asking because they really care. That's important. I had a manager who we had weekly check-ins. And when we had these check-ins, the only agenda really was to see how I was doing. And I really enjoyed that. And not only were they asking, but they really cared. And when we met, they didn't have their cell phone near them. They weren't checking any notifications. They gave me their undivided attention. And when I first experienced that, I was like, wow, like he's locked in. He's worried about how I'm doing and he really cares. You want a manager that's going to do the same thing for you. When y'all are checking in, they are focused on you. They are checking in to see how you're doing and how they can support you. That is super important. It just changes how you feel about your work. It changes how you show up for your work. It changes the environment for you. It also brings back hope in the workplace, especially if you've been in a very traumatic work environment or you just had managers who didn't fully believe in you. Like having him as a manager was so life-giving. Girl, whenever I'm managing people, I want to be just like him. Not just like him, but I want to implement some of the things he had. This second one aligns with the first one. Asking for your opinion and implementing some of the things you shared. I cannot stand when somebody asks me for my opinion and then nothing I said was great. Nothing I said was worth looking into. Come on, yo. Come on. So when you share your thoughts, I always believe that if you're going to share a problem, come up with a solution. It's going to make it much easier for implementation as well as taking you seriously. And I don't know where I first heard that, but I did hear it somewhere. And when you are sharing your thoughts, when you are sharing what you believe is better for the office or your work, you want to see how your manager responds to that. If they're like, give me time to think about that. If they're like, this is a great solution, I really want to flesh this out more. Or if they're like, thanks for that, and they do nothing with it, then you already know. They're not considering your thoughts. They're not thinking about you as a valuable piece to the puzzle. But if they're like, hey, this is a great thought, let's flesh this out. Or, hey, can you give me some time to think about this and let's talk about it during your next check-in. Or when I have more details, I'll come and talk to you. That's the best. Because they're taking what you say into consideration. And I'm not someone that like, when I say something, I want you to do what I said. I'm not that person. But I do want you to take it in consideration. Like for real, for real. And things that you know that I'm sharing that could make our workplace better, I would love your help in implementing that. I would love for you to implement it. right? So you also want a boss who takes your opinions seriously and want to see those things come to fruition, because it will make the work environment better. Now, I think it is horrible, yes, horrible, when you share something and the manager is like, oh, we can't do that because of budget. We can't do that because of finances. I just feel like a manager who's always using finances as an excuse clearly don't know how to budget well. And just blaming that on it because they don't really care. Like, there's no wiggle room in the budget. And it's not like we go into them asking for massive parties or massive financial things. Most of the time we're not. And I will always value this. So I was working for a small organization. When I say small, they had like over 100 employees, but it felt small. And probably because we were in different buildings. And for our building, there were probably about 25 of us. So that's pretty small, right? And office morale was low. I was fairly new to the organization. When I came, it was COVID. There were a lot of people transitioning out. Like, we had so many people leave for whatever reasons. You know, COVID did inspire people to truly live their lives and go where they wanted to go. So we experienced a lot of changes. And it was challenging to navigate. Now, I'm a problem solver. I'm a cheerleader. I always say I am the CEO of That Girl Ministry, and part of my CEO acronym is cheering everyone on. Like, that's me. While I'm talking about my organization, I want to share a little bit about it so that we can get back to the third tip. I help corporate women land better paying jobs. I have had the privilege to help over 100 women increase their salary by $30,000 or more. That is a phenomenal stat. If you are ready to invest in yourself and take your career to the next level, I encourage you to click the link to book a call with me. It will change your life. You will learn new skills that you can have forever that would always help you increase your salary. You will know how to stand out during an interview and when you're doing your application. You will know how to tailor your application for the job, and it will take you 10 minutes or less. This program is like no other on the market. And I'm not saying that because it's my program and I love it. I'm saying that because I get results. So again, book your personal call with the link in the show notes. It's called the description. We're going to call it show notes, okay? So back to step 2. What I was saying, they ask for your opinion and implement things. So I was telling, and this was a newer boss. Like, I've only been in the company for like a little bit, baby, like less than 2 years. I think I had just made it to a year when he came on, or maybe a little over. That's beside the point. I was very new. He was new. He came into a mess. And he was like, what is something that you think I could do? And I said, little monthly celebrations would be nice. That could be maybe us having, cupcakes, us having bagels, this or that, like things that will help us come together and honor one another and enjoy the space. Do you know he gave us a budget? There was no, I got to look at the budget. We don't have it. Let's see what we can do. It was none of that. None of that. They were like, hey, I remember it's $250. I don't remember if it was $250 for the quarter or $250 for the month. I can't remember that. But what I know is we didn't go over that number, but it didn't even matter because my manager said, if this is not enough money, let me know. Period. On board. Never questioned what we were doing, how we were doing it. We gave them the receipt. Baby, I don't know if we use a company card or whatever, but we got reimbursed. None of that. And we didn't have to do it on our own time. Those are the best bosses. What? If I say one more time, girl. But that was the best boss, one of my best bosses ever. Because he was invested in us. He was invested in seeing this culture change. Great boss. I pray they're doing well. The third thing is invest in your professional development. I've had some phenomenal supervisors who really wanted to see me win. Like, what? You invested in me in my professional development? I love that for me. So if you were in a field at the time that I had a manager who was really invested in my career and wanted me to become this economic guru, was trying to send me to all these conferences. Was like, if you want to go to this conference, let me know. If you want to go to that conference, let me know. Kept asking me. It was almost like, girl, just say yes so you can go to this conference. And that meant a lot, because so many managers walk around with this scarcity mindset that if we invest in you, then you're going to go away. But if you invest in me, I'm likely to stay here because you care. And I had an employer that it believed in investing in all their employees. They wanted to help me get a certification because by training, I was only in that program. I graduated with my degree and I only worked in the field for a little bit. But by training, education, I'm a city planner. And they were like, do you want your certification? I was like, that's not on my agenda right now. But they're like, when you're ready, we will help you purchase the books, help you study, help you this and that. Girl, if your manager is doing this, you need to stay at the job for as long as you want to, because they're invested in seeing you winning. They know how important it is to develop you and keep you on the team. I always tell people, no employer just want to fire folks. It is so expensive to hire and fire. So when they hire good people, they want to keep you on and they're invested in you. And those are the 3 things you want to pay attention to. Number 1, are they checking in on you and really making sure you're doing well? Number 2, asking for your opinion and implementing some of the things you're saying, like really considering what you are thinking. Number 3, investing in your professional development. Gets no better than that. If this was helpful, let me know in the comments. I love building community. I love interacting. I am here for you. So make a comment and let's chat, okay? And again, I look forward to getting to know you and helping you. So from me to you, let's get it popping because we got money to make, okay? We are where the money resides. So see you in the comments.